I'm Gwen,
And I'm Haley.
and our presentation is on addiction and homelessness.
We chose the most important information that we feel needs to be shared for this presentation, as while doing research, we found an abundance of it.
Yeah, this is our presentation.
The dictionary definition of addiction is to be dependent physically and mentally on a substance and being unable to stop taking it without side effects.
Some of the causes of homelessness in Vancouver are a lack of income, unaffordable housing, economic changes, and an addiction, and the lack of help. The absence of coordination in the systems designed to help people who are experiencing homelessness is very unhelpful. There are no homes for people to go to, and most of the shelters are dangerous places.
Education is important because it warns of the dangers of addiction and how to prevent it. Addiction education should be an ongoing process, not a one-time lesson or video talking about it and then never mentioning it again. Students need a reoccurring theme that is relatable. These lessons should be more in-depth than just saying addiction is bad, and make the students feel more safe to discuss addiction with a safe adult.
Addiction to a substance can start with just a small taste, so it is better to just steer clear of these. If peers, parents, or other trusted adults are using substances around them, they're more likely to start experimenting with them too.
Riverview Mental Hospital was a huge mental health facility that helped and housed over 4,000 patients. It also gave home to a plethora of staff and their families. One of the main ideas of the hospital was that physical health is helpful to mental health. This theory is backed up by many studies, including studies from the US Department of Health and the Australian Victoria State government. This physical health was achieved through the farm, now Colony Farms, that the majority of patients worked on. The hospital was an amazing place for rehabilitation, and there are many positive stories from children and previous patients of the staff that grew up on campus.
Riverview was the home to so many of the patients getting treatment there. When it was closed, they had nowhere to go. A lot of them ended up on the Vancouver east side. It was promised by the government that there would be new facilities erected within communities so the patients were not so isolated, but that never happened. Riverview's closure is one of the reasons why there is such a large homeless population in Vancouver. Riverview is currently being used for movie sets, and there are a few facilities, including new buildings, being used to treat the mentally ill and addicted.
Mr. Zicki is a teacher, coach, and leader in our local Centennial community. He is passionate about helping those in need. He takes students, athletes to the lower east side of Vancouver to hand out clothes and volunteer at soup kitchens on his weekends. On his podcast, there are a few episodes where he shares personal stories of people he has met to spread awareness about addiction. These episodes include 112, 102, 99, and 19.
The number one thing you can do to help with this issue is to educate yourself and others. If you know more about this topic, you will be able to see the signs of someone who is in trouble and be able to help them before it becomes an irreversible problem. You can also volunteer at food banks and soup kitchens in Vancouver and donate to support.
If you are subject of substance abuse, you should seek help. Substances like alcohol or marijuana can impact development of children. Your brain does not finish developing until you're 25. Substances can also have everlasting health impacts. This includes cancer, as smoke is a carcinogen, kidney failure, liver failure, and many more. Please see the slide above if you're struggling and wish to seek help.